this up. Waiting for it to show over here. Takes a minute over on Instagram.
It's live online.
There we go. Actually, I locked my cat in my office for like overnight.
Oh yeah.
Like I came in like a couple days ago and he was in here and just like hoarse from crying all night.
Mm-hmm.
And like my carpet was all tore up by the door like he tried to get out.
Yeah.
And my blinds were in disarray from him like I
Gosh.
guess in the window
That
yelling.
sucks.
And it was probably like 20 hours is about what I figured. He was
Yeah.
locked up
Yeah.
here.
Man.
And then like I opened the door and he's just like so happy to see me, and it's like I rescued him, and he would not leave. Like he was just like, no, I'm gonna stay here because it feels safe or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
like he just like wanted to like talk to me and make me to pet him, and he wouldn't leave for like for hours.
Wow.
And finally, like he left. Like I left and then he left with me, but and I was recording Tuesday night after I found him, and I could hear him every once in a while meowing outside the door.
Yeah.
And then we got done and I opened the door and he's laying on the floor outside my office. And he's just like, looks up and he talks to me and he's like, okay, you're good. Let's go hang out downstairs. But he did not, he's okay now. He was not good for a little while. He was definitely like traumatized.
Well, did I tell you about the time that we accidentally, like, our cat got stuck in the fridge?
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like we hadn't had him for very long. And so he was like a kitten. And I guess he was a little older than that. He was kind of like a teenager cat, or whatever.
Yeah.
And we had the fridge door open because I don't know, we were getting condiments or something out. Like we were all in the kitchen and we were, and the fridge was open, and then we got what we needed and we shut the door and we're eating and we keep hearing this meowing. And it just keeps going. We're like, what? And so we all like, where is this cat at? So we get up, all of us, and we're all looking around the house. We're like, where is this cat? And you hear it, everyone stops and you're listening, and like we're walking a little bit, like, okay, the sounds here. Finally, for whatever reason, I opened up the fridge door. I don't even remember why. And he shot out of there like a bat out of hell and just like, ran off. He must have just like gotten up in there and must have, I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure he was. Like, I don't know how we didn't see him, but he must have just gotten in there and gotten behind something. Because like I said, he wasn't full grown yet. So
wow. Oh, luckily it wasn't that long, so
yeah.
All right. I think I'm ready to go. You ready to go?
Yep, let's do it.
We're all set up on everything. Okay. I got this one. You ready with your retro ramble later?
Yep.
And what was the question? Oh yeah, okay. And in 3, 2. Hello everybody, welcome back to This Podcast Takes Tokens. I am Derek, joined by my brother Ryan. Today's a special day. We are celebrating 2 years. 2 years now we've been doing this.
Man.
2 years, yes.
How'd that happen?
I know, just like 1 week at a time, right?
I know. I would have never thought when we started this that we would be like 2 years in at episode 104. It's just, yeah.
It's wild.
It's been great.
We finally passed that threshold.
Yeah. Thanks to everybody that's been listening, and watching us and everything. We really appreciate it, and we keep doing it for you, and maybe a little bit for us, but
you got to do it for yourself, right?
That's right.
Yeah, it's been fun. So hopefully, we're gonna keep it going. Entering into our 3rd year now. Tradition states so far that we do a Ninja Turtles movie every year as our first one of the year. So like the very first episode, Ninja Turtles 1.
Yep.
Second year, Ninja Turtles 2 was our anniversary episode for the first year. And this year, Ninja Turtles 3. So we'll be talking about that when we get back. Just wanted to say, Ryan, cheers, sir.
And, cheers.
Let's get this.
It's Sunny D.
Oh. No, you got to stay healthy, right?
That's right. That's right.
All right. Well, we'll see y'all back here in about 53 seconds. Your local video store card.
A comic book in your back pocket.
Games with no tutorials.
Music you had to discover.
And drinking water straight from the hose.
These are the things us millennials remember fondly. We are the Jennings brothers.
Join us after the streetlights come on
as we race our bikes from the top of the hill
right down memory lane.
Exchange those quarters because this podcast takes tokens.
Hello. Welcome back to This Podcast Takes Tokens. Today, episode 104, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, number 3. Ooh, it's a way to start the year off, right?
That's right. That's right.
Ninja Turtles 3 released March 19th, 1993. I think they took a year off. Like, they did the first one in, I think, 90, and then the second one was 91, and then 92 for, sure, whatever behind-the-scenes reasons. They didn't release the third one until 1993. But here we are. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 3. Arguably, like, some say maybe the worst, but we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Let's say we wrote down some numbers on this one.
Oh, I'm curious. Yeah.
All right. Budget of $21 million this movie had. Pretty decent budget. You know, I mean, the last two were really successful. They had, made back, I think, 10x their budget, which is pretty good. Like, that's a blockbuster right there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What do you think opening weekend? How do you think they did on this one?
8 million.
8 million. Well, they did a little better than that. 12.4 million.
12.4. Okay.
Yeah. Box office gross, worldwide total box office gross. How do you think they did there?
On a $21 million budget, I'm going to say they didn't make a fourth one. I'm going to say like 50 million.
Close. 42 million. So they did pretty decent, but not gangbusters like they were doing. I think this is kind of the cool off period for the Ninja Turtles we saw for a few years. Tomato meter. How do you think the critics received this one?
I'm going to say I don't think they received it very well. I don't know, 33%.
19%. This may be one of our lowest tomato meters thus far.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's a pretty rough one. Popcorn meter. How about the audience? Where do you think they fell?
Audience had to feel a little bit better about it, but I don't think they were like overwhelmingly positive. I'm going to say like a 49% audience score.
33.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That's why they didn't have a fourth one.
This one. Yeah. This one didn't do well. Did not do well. Which I gotta say, upon the rewatch, I'm a little surprised. For the most part, there are a couple things like that are a little much with this movie, but by and large, I felt like this movie was better than the second one. Am I wrong?
I thought this was one of the worst movies I've ever watched in my life.
Really? Okay, let's get into it. What is it?
I mean, it's just the. I feel like the time travel is just ludicrous. Like, the jokes to me are like very slapsticky. There's a lot of boing and like like when they're hitting, and I felt like every scene except for when they were in their honor guard uniforms, I could see the line of the neckline of the mask, and I don't know. this one I had never seen before, or if I had, I don't remember it.
Oh.
So like this was fresh for me. Okay. I don't know. I didn't feel like it had a really good villain in it either. Like,
yeah, the villain, I did not like the villain.
It was like, you've got T2, wrong movie. You've got TMNT 1, and you've got, of course, you got Shredder, right? Classic, like he is, got Shredder. And I know he comes back in TMNT 2, but they had like, I know they wanted to get Rocksteady, Bebop and Rocksteady, and they couldn't get it, so they came up with, the snapping turtle but anyway, they were mutated animals, right? There was no other mutants in this movie, and I'm like, these are Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I want to see, like, give me Superfly, I don't know, something else.
They would have done the Krang storyline. I think that would have been way better. But I think from what I've researched, that was what they were going to go with the fourth one.
I see.
But it didn't happen.
Yeah.
This one kind of happened in a rush, and they cheaped out on a lot of stuff. Like, they didn't use Jim Henson. They went with a different company to make the suits and do the animatronics and all that stuff. And it shows. I agree. That shows for sure.
It there's a clear difference in quality in this one. But
I like that they use time travel, but I agree the method of time travel is bonkers. It makes no sense. It's so convoluted. Like, one of them has holding the scepter on one end of the timeline, and the other one is holding it on the other end, and then they swap. It's like, well, why did they swap there and not like some other time whenever somebody else is holding the scepter?
Yeah.
That makes absolutely no sense. I would 100% agree. The scepter itself is kind of a cool looking prop.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't get is when they time travel, especially when April time travel, like they swap clothes. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, it's like supposed to be like weird. An equal mass displacement thing.
Yeah.
Which they swap clothes, but then like her Walkman comes back with her.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then like whenever the guards travel to the present day, the shorts get left behind on Mikey, but they come back in their underwear for the time. Some of them, or I'm assuming all of them do.
Yeah, they did.
But so the time travel is not even questionable. It's atrocious for sure. But it's the use of time travel that I really like.
Okay. Yeah. No, I will say that. Yeah, I'll give it that. I like a good. Well, I don't want to say good in this instance, but I like a time travel story.
Yeah. This one, it seemed to have there was no consequence to the time travel. Like, they traveled through time, but they seemed to leave no impression or have no effect on the time that they visited. Other than now these honor guards are going to go back with the knowledge of being at a bar in the middle of New York City and like playing arcade games and all this stuff. Like the rest of their life is going to be boring compared to it. Or they're going to be telling stories that they live off of for the rest of their lives.
Sure.
Either way. So, we got this whole like weird time travel thing that doesn't quite work out. I don't know. There was a few things that kind of bothered me throughout the movie. I would agree, but so I don't know how to describe it, but I felt like I liked this one better than the second one. I think it's the time travel. I think that is a big thing for me because I really like the whole time travel aspect of it. And then the other thing is the second one, it bothered me. I felt like the turtles were a lot goofier in the second one. And while they were still goofy in this one, don't get me wrong, it felt like the goofiness was kind of isolated to the honor guard in the present day. Like, they were extremely goofy.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know what it is about a time travel movie whenever you pull somebody out of the past and drop them into the present that they have to act like cavemen and just like morons and
smacking the TV and it's like, come on.
Yeah. So I don't know. it's interesting how they shoehorned in what's his name plays Casey Jones.
Oh yeah,
and they managed to get him in both timelines.
yeah.
Weird.
That was weird to me. Now I will say there are a few positives about this, and since you mentioned that, having Casey Jones back was great in the present day. I didn't understand his character in the past. Like he didn't really serve much purpose, really. Like I feel like they could have just not had that character in there, and everything would have just went the same way.
Right. Or just somebody else playing that character, because the
Yeah,
character didn't. I felt like that was like them trying to get him to have more face time
yeah,
somehow
I agree.
and bring him into the past without him actually time traveling. It felt like they were kind of setting it up like he was like an ancestor or something like that, but
They never paid it off.
they never paid it off.
Yeah, because like April even says when she first sees him, she's like, Casey?
Yeah.
And
She
but
thought
then
he got trapped there.
then there's like nothing after that. Like there's no so I don't know.
It was weird. You were talking about something that this one was missing was other mutants. Like they didn't have any other mutants in it. And I think there might have been.
Okay.
So there was the whole like prophecy scribe that had all the turtles on there that apparently stopped the emperor like 300 years ago. Is that our same turtles that's at some other point time traveled back to that point, or is this like another set of mutant turtles somehow?
I think it's another loose end. And I think that's the big point about why I didn't care for this movie. There's too many loose ends that they didn't tie up.
Yeah.
I feel like that is in sometime in the Turtles' future, they have to go back to do that, somehow. So, the Japanese past, but the Turtles' future, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe if they would have made subsequent films, they could have explored that some more. But yeah, I don't know. That was a little confusing to me because they never really explain that. It's just kind of like the audience has to figure out and read between the lines, kind of what they're doing, which I'm fine with in certain instances. But this is not a movie that is trying to get its audience to do that. It's just, you know what I mean? Like it's like they just cut. Maybe it was the editing floor or something like, we got to get this under an hour and 40 minutes.
I feel like there's like another cut of this movie that makes a whole lot more sense, but it's just not here. Like the way they were shooting Casey Jones in the present makes me feel like they went and shot his part separately. A lot of it, because there were times where like he was talking to the turtles, but he would like be standing across the room.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't like cross over to like be in frame together. It was really odd the way it was shot sometimes.
Yeah.
And it kind of made me think that like a lot of stuff was filmed separately, or as afterthoughts or as pickups or something. I don't know. Maybe because like he cut his hair, they filmed him.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, it definitely feels like this one was edited either in an extreme rush and they would just like get something out that makes enough sense to a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
Nothing else, and that's all they wanted to do. So yeah, like I would agree. This is not a fantastic movie. It's not a perfect movie, but it has certain elements that really endear itself to me, and I think that I don't know. I think that's why I prefer it over the second one. But yeah,
that's okay.
I mean, to each his own.
it's fine. Yeah, I like I said. So there was a few things that I liked. So Casey Jones, but then I liked Raph's interaction with that boy. Like Yoshi. You kind of with Yoshi. Like you kind of I wish they would have explored that a little more, because Raph's always brooding or whatever, and then this is just like it really turns him, from that sort of
gives him a bit of a paternal angle.
Yep. Yeah.
Which is good.
I liked that.
Growth. Yeah. Did you notice that whenever like he's fighting, like if you look at his back, he's still got scars from the first movie where he got jumped on the roof.
Oh, really? Huh, I didn't notice that.
I mean,
Huh.
I'm guessing that's what it is because he's the
Mhm.
only one that has like he's got like major scars across the back
Mhm.
of his shell.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's what that is. I'm gonna go
Mhm.
with it. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Because the other ones don't really have any scarring.
I seem to remember like the action figures had scarring on the back of his shell too.
Yeah.
Um,
I really like the action figures they did for this one too. Like I
yeah.
don't know if you remember at the time they came out with these like they were kind of rubbery
Mhm.
turtles. Like the limbs would pop right off these little ball joints, and they each had like the little scepter thing and like their weapons, and I
Mhm.
really like those. I actually
Yeah.
went and we were at some vintage shop a year ago, and I managed to find 3 of the 4 that I didn't have already
Yeah.
because I already had one left over from my kid.
Mhm.
And so now I have the complete set of them, and
That's awesome.
it's pretty cool to have that back again.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are I really like that set they did for this one
Yeah.
particularly.
Yeah, I remember those. I don't think I ever got those because the ones I had some of them from the original movie,
Mm-hmm.
and then all of my other ones were
They had a bunch
modeled
of like
from.
Olympic ones.
Oh, they did. I remember those. Yeah,
You
yeah,
had some of
yeah.
them, yeah.
I did. I have those. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I remember. Okay, I guess I don't. Yeah, maybe I vaguely remember those. I I think most of mine though were from the animated series
Oh, okay.
because I remember
Yeah.
having the van and it shot like pizzas out and and I don't know. But did I have Shredder? I don't remember. Maybe I had Shredder. I don't know.
I don't remember.
Anyway, I didn't have these, but yeah, I do remember seeing seeing them in a store, and I thought they were
Yeah.
pretty cool. I liked seeing them in like their samurai garb or whatever. Like,
Oh yeah.
I really think this movie, the idea behind it, like the plot they're trying to make
Mm-hmm.
is cool. Like I like
The ambition of it.
the ambition, the time travel, like all that. I just don't think they executed it very well.
Oh yeah, I would agree 100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think for again like it's my favorite one of I prefer this one over 2, but I don't. All that aside, for those that don't, fine. You prefer 2 over 3 or
Mhm.
1, even whatever. 1 is obviously the best of all of
Yeah.
them. But say you prefer 2 over 3, fine. I just would argue that 3 isn't as bad compared to 2 as the rap it gets. I feel like 3 gets this rap that it is the biggest pile of garbage of a movie that could possibly exist, and it's not even worth your time.
Mm,
I feel like it's worth a watch, at least a watch. If you're a Turtle fan, you enjoyed the first 2,
yeah.
it's at least worth watching and checking out and kind of filling in that third one, if you will. Does it add anything to the overall story? No, but we do get the original April back, so there's that.
That's true. We did do that, and I did like that. Yeah, I don't know. Like,
And we get Casey Jones teaching a bunch of honor guards from feudal Japan how to play hockey.
That's right. And finally get him in his hockey mask.
That's true. Yeah.
Except
Yeah.
he's not fighting anybody. Like that kind of,
Yeah.
I wanted to see Casey Jones like kick
He
some
didn't get to
tail.
do much. He just was
No,
kind of like
he really
babysitting.
didn't. Which again, like you were saying, maybe it was an afterthought of like, I don't know, well, no, because they've got him. Maybe the present day part was, I don't know, because they clearly like they put him in the past, but it was, yeah, I don't know. He was there and it was cool. And I remember like I was watching this with my wife. Well, she was on her phone, but she's like,
I'm sure
this
she was
movie.
deeply invested.
Oh yeah, she's like this movie is really bad. And I said, yeah. But I said a highlight of it is Casey Jones. I said, I feel like the Turtles were like, they were trying to crack jokes and be cool, but it didn't work for me in this one. But Casey Jones still worked for me. Like,
he was still Casey Jones.
He was still Casey Jones. He's just like, he doesn't care. And he's just going to say whatever he wants to say, and he's going to do it. And he comes across as a cool guy doing it,
Yeah, I don't know that they could have cast a better person for Casey Jones in this time period. Like he nailed it pretty well. But But yeah, I'm gonna agree. Like, yeah, they're quipping back and forth, and they're fine. The jokes that they're flying around, it's very reminiscent of the second one to me. But I do think we see a little maturing, if you will, of the turtles, and I think with this movie they see their audience maturing a little bit, and then it seems to go, because the second one I felt like went very PG and very tamed down. I think we even talked about how like there wasn't much of a fight scenes, and everything felt like it was very like reined in for a very young audience.
Yeah.
And this one, it felt like it was more of like a PG, almost PG-13 audience that they were aware of.
Yeah.
I would even say PG-13 at some points, because there were a couple times where like Michelangelo said a couple things like April comes down with the gifts and he's going through, and he made some comment like under his breath about looking for magazines, certain types of magazines in the bag.
Yeah.
And then later on they do the Wayne's World salute, which was like
showing
which was like, but I get it, like it's of the time, like there was they made several references to things that were very topical, like Addams Family and stuff like that. But I mean, like for kids, like I don't know, that maybe that might have gone over the line a little bit, I feel like, for a kids movie.
I don't know,
but
maybe that's
again,
another,
I think they're maturing them.
Maybe I don't know. I'm thinking like maybe that's another fault with how the movie turned out. Like, are we, the studio's saying, oh, we need to have this for a younger audience, and the people actually making the movie are like, we kind of want, a more adult audience with it, and they had to end up somewhere in the middle. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just like
part of it.
It's so hard to put my finger on it. Like, but I think a lot of it really goes, gosh, that villain it just sucked. That awful. Villain sucked. Yes. He sucked. And even when he dies, it was terrible. He just like disappears. And that was like, so
there was
bad.
No splash. It just like, they just cut the frame. That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was, I felt like I was watching that. I was like, oh, this is worse than the RoboCop death.
Oh yeah. Yeah. With the long arms. Yeah.
The long arms. Yeah. He just disappeared. Like he didn't even splash or nothing. Like, that was, and then the way he acted through the whole thing, it was like he was in a completely different movie.
Yeah.
He was really hamming it up way over the top. Like there was that part where he first meets April and he kind of like snaps at her in like this really like cartoony, like over the top villain. I feel like he felt like this was a cartoon in the way he was portraying him as character.
Yeah.
And I would agree. Like he was the worst part in it for me too. I could have done without him. I feel like I could cast somebody better for that part.
Yeah.
But then again, I can't think of anything else the guy's been in. So
I don't know. He looked familiar, but I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I didn't stick around with the credits to see, what his name was.
Early '90s mullet going on.
Yeah.
But all right, well, I don't really like the slapsticky stuff. Any lines that stuck with you? Any favorite lines or anything? Nothing that stuck out?
Nothing that really like stuck out with me.
Oh, we got Corey Feldman back too. I forgot about that. He came back as Donnie again. So it was that. Which apparently was like, the second one, they removed him because he was in rehab. And this third one, he'd been clean for a while, so they brought him back into the fold. But I read somewhere that for the third movie, they didn't give him any kind of raise, so he made what he made on the first movie, which was only like $1,500 or something like that.
Oh, really?
It's like nothing.
Gosh, that's classic Corey Feldman, though, right?
Yeah. Just getting the short end of the stick, but they argued that it's because like he had been in rehab and he was a liability or something like that. And I'm like, that's not fair. Like the guy's trying to get help, and here you are just like kicking him when he's down. But,
well, if he's a liability, then why are you having him come and work on the movie? Like,
clearly there's a draw there. Like people want to see this or something. So, but And then they brought back the original April too. So
Yeah.
I think they were trying to erase 2 with this one. They should have just
Maybe.
They should have done a Deadpool and just traveled back in time and wiped out the Secret of the Ooze.
They could have had Shredder in here again. I would have taken Shredder for the third time over this guy.
Even just popping up for like a post credits or something like that, or pre-credits. I don't know, something. It's like, isn't it like the end of the second one? His hand comes up again, or is that just the end of the first one?
No, I see in the first one. Yeah,
okay.
In the second one, he's
teased him back again on the second one.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, the second one, I think he was pretty much done. Although, we discussed this when we talked about that movie in that episode, but like it didn't seem like he really could have died the way he died in the second one,
unless he can't swim.
But unless that's it. Shredder, he can do all these things. He cannot swim. That's his kryptonite. He's too big. He just
that's right. Like a steel pole that fell down in the water there.
So one thing that really got to me, and kind of, I mean it, and like it, I thought it was silly. So they don't have the scepter, so they make like the replica of it, right? Yes. They're like, okay, this is gonna work. And then Raph and Mikey are like fighting
within
over
like
it
10 seconds,
and it falls. And then everyone's reaction is like just very much like it's just a minor inconvenience that this thing's been broken. Like, we'll find, like they're like, oh, and then April's like, oh, hey, let's go do this, whatever. And like, what? Like, this was your ticket out of here. And now you're just like, ah.
And then within like what, 10 seconds after that, like Yoshi's like, oh, I have it actually. It's here. The original one.
Yeah.
And so like the emotional stakes just don't happen throughout
No.
this movie. I would agree.
Mm-mm.
And so they make this one out of whatever metals they got there. Like it looked like, I don't know, probably steel and copper or bronze or something maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know, we didn't have bronze yet. But anyways, would this have worked? Like how, like we don't know how the original one worked.
I mean,
at one point they read the thing and it fires up, and then at another point it just happens on its own.
Yeah.
So like there's no like rules.
There's no continuity.
Maybe you just got to make something that looks kind of like this. Like, could the drawing have worked? If they would have held up the drawing, would that have worked?
Well, I'm like, how are they like? Is it just making the scepter? Is that really going to do it? I mean, I would assume the scepter that they use to travel through time has some sort of magical property to it. And just going and having, Henry over here build it in his forge, he suddenly imbues it with the same magic. Like, I don't.
Yeah, because it's not two separate scepters. It's the same scepter in 2 points of time.
Yeah,
that they're saying is what links them. So making another one doesn't make any sense. But it's a moot point because they dropped it down the sewer anyways, and it broke.
And no one cared. It was fine. They cared they cared as it fell.
Yeah.
And then they're like,
it was just like, oh.
Yeah. That was it.
Yeah. I would agree. That part was okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we're picking this thing apart, I feel like the only thing I really liked was that they did time travel and they went back to feudal Japan.
Yeah.
That's all I really liked.
Yeah.
But I really like that.
I will give it another thing that I liked. I liked that it was Mikey that was teaching them how to make pizza.
Yeah, but he didn't. He never succeeded in it.
It sucked. It sucked. It was like
burnt every time.
But I will say,
how to make a frisbee.
That's true. Yeah. But I will make the argument on a personal level. Bad pizza is still good. Pizza is one of those things that you just even when it's bad, it's good.
Bad pizza is still good. Burnt pizza is still burnt pizza. Burnt anything is just burnt anything. I can't do burnt pizza. Blackened all the way through? No.
Yeah. I mean, that thing was a brick. It was an absolute brick when he was done with that.
And how did, he was making New York style pizza, and then he pulls out like a Chicago deep dish.
Right.
Anyways, yeah, their props department was like a little like they were on point with this scepter. Like this scepter looked amazing, but
There's
then
the
like
budget.
the pizza thing, yeah, like there was the budget. You're right.
Yeah, that's the budget. That's the budget. Yeah.
All right. Well, the Emperor. Let's talk about him for a minute.
Okay.
I don't know what I've seen this guy in before, but I know I've seen him around in a bunch of stuff. Although I gotta say, he walks into frame, he looks like a CEO cosplaying as Emperor of Japan. Like he's got that little mustache and he's like shaven, and the way he's like carrying himself and the way he's talking, like he doesn't seem like Emperor. He seems like CEO that's on an earnings call having to report that his company's at a loss.
That's true.
So
he does, and that reminds me of there was one line that I did think was really funny, and it was because of him. He walked in, and the turtles are like, "Oh, it's Wayne Newton."
Yeah. Which I was like, I remember watching it originally and thinking that was funny, and now I'm like, I guess does he look like Wayne Newton? I don't know,
but it's such a random, random, thing to say.
Throwaway thing. Yeah.
That I thought I did think that was funny. That was a funny line. But yeah, what was with this guy? Like, what was with this whole thing? So historically, I'm assuming this dynasty or whatever fell apart because there was these two warring factions.
Yeah.
They come together and they fix it. So they change the timeline. So they're messing up time, right?
Or is that how it was supposed to go all along? Because like the woman that's like the leader of the other one, and then the boy that's the prince, the man that's the prince, they're in love.
Sure.
Like he's trying to get back to her the whole time. So I feel like that would happen either way.
Yeah. Maybe so. I don't know.
That's just me. But then again, like there's the whole like Walker trying to get his guns in Japan and everything. Like I know that was like a real thing at this time. And I don't know. But yeah, like it's all the plot wise, it's weak sauce for sure.
Yeah. I was watching that and I was like looking, it says like 1603 or something, and of course my wife is a history major, and like when was it? Because there was some point in time where Japan like closed its borders off from everybody. It's like trying to figure this out, and she's like, I can't remember, I'd have to look it up or whatever. And as I'm like starting to look it up, I'm like, I'm trying to look up something to critique a movie that's about mutant Ninja Turtles.
So make sure they got the time travel facts.
Yeah, right? They got the time. Yeah. So funny.
That opening scene, that opening shot where it's the red sun rising and it's the silhouettes of the riders, that looked amazing. That was I did have a note on that. The cinematography in that first part was great. The first part.
Yeah. The first part. Yeah. Again,
it fell apart pretty quickly after that.
There's all the budget. Like I felt like they had these ideas of like, okay, this would be awesome for this movie. This would be awesome. This would be awesome. And the rest they just completely phoned in. Like they're like, okay, we hit these points. We've got to build an hour and 35 minute movie around this thing.
Yep.
And we have 5 minutes.
900 hours of footage. Let's just start chopping.
Let's just cut it.
Like they don't film movies chronologically. They film them like in bits and pieces here and there, like out of order, all over the place. I wonder if they started with one set of crew, like one cinematographer and director and writers, and they started filming and they got maybe 30% through, and the production companies were like, nope, y'all are all fired. Now we're going to bring in the cheapest people we possibly can.
Yeah.
And then the circus came to town and tried to finish out the other 70% of the movie.
Yeah. It could have been. That stuff happens. Like, in the studios, well, we got to get this out because we
need a movie.
We can see dollar signs. Yeah.
And it's turtles. They're gonna.
And I think that's
right.
I think that's it. I think honestly, if the studio, if it was Miramax, right, that did this.
No, it was
No,
a New Line
New Line
and
Cinema.
Golden
Yeah,
Harvest worked
yeah,
together, the
that was it.
Japanese film company.
I think that if they would have just like taken the time and invested the resources in Secret of the Ooze and this one the way they did with the original, I
Hmm.
think we would have had a really good trilogy, and I think they could have ended up making subsequent movies because I think Turtle Fever was still there. Like
Yeah.
because the TV show was going, all the action figure, like all that stuff was still there's video games, like that stuff was still popular.
Yep.
But I think that they thought, oh well, we don't it doesn't matter what the quality is of these because of the popularity, people are gonna watch them and we're
Yep.
just gonna make tons of money off this.
I I would agree. I feel like they killed themselves with the
Hmm.
Ninja Turtles. Like they
Yep.
had a hot property. They could have made really good movies all the way through. They made
Hmm.
a great first movie,
Hmm.
and then the second one started to fall apart, and the third one shows it even more.
Yeah.
And I think it's greed and hubris. I feel like
Mhm.
there was a lot of chefs in the kitchen, a lot of
Yep.
producers involved who wanted to have their finger in it, if you will,
Yeah. Yep.
and their name on everything. And so
Mhm.
they went and they were like, hey, let's go in this direction or let's go in that direction. And there was a lot of like not sticking to the source material, a
Mhm.
lot of just like branching off in a million different directions. Like we got the whole Olympic line. They got like there was
Mhm.
like a line of ones that like shot water. There was a line of ones that like mutated from turtles into little baby turtles, and like they did
Yeah.
like all these like gimmicky things with the properties on the toy line side. And they did the same thing with like the animated stuff. Like instead of
Mhm.
or the animated series was doing really well. The last few seasons they started outsourcing it and getting really cheap with it,
Mhm.
and it shows. And the last few seasons were awful. And then they tried rebooting it with like a whole new series, and then they like did like the what is it? The Next Mutation was like a live
Something like
action
that.
series or
Yeah.
something. I never saw
Yeah.
it, but like
Mm.
everything that they tried to do with it, where they're trying to go in a different direction and revitalize and add new characters and bring in new audiences, was awful because they were alienating their original audience throughout all of it. And I feel like this is that tipping point
Mm.
where they really just like started like shedding off their hardcore original audience by
Yeah.
just doing all these things that they didn't need to do. They could, if they would have
It's
just stuck with the original stuff, they would have been so much better off.
yeah, like you're saying, I feel like it's almost like as they were, all the changes and things you were talking about and the new things, it was like almost like a panic. Like they're like,
Yeah,
okay, that didn't work. We've got to make money off this stuff because we're
we
losing
lost
money.
$2 last week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Like we've got to figure out some way. Let's make an Olympic line. Okay, that didn't work. We lost like $3 million off that. We got
right.
to make that money up. Let's do But the games
I
the
don't even think
games
it's
were
that they
still
were
going well.
losing things. I don't even think that was they were losing money. I think they just weren't making as much money as they thought they should have
Mm,
been,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and they were just trying to play catch up or
Yeah.
trying to make more. And that's always the way it goes. Like with these things, like where they're just trying to make more than they did last time instead of just
Mm-hmm.
being satisfied with a property that's making bank and
Mm-hmm.
continuing to just make bank. No, it's got to be bigger, better than the last time, and everything's just got to keep. And there's a certain point where like you're oversaturated. You can't
Yep.
produce anymore. You
Mm-hmm.
can't make it any better.
Absolutely.
You can't make more money off of it. You can't continue to shove this stuff down the consumer's throat. And I feel like this is like the prime example of like that just run amok. Like corporations
Yep.
just going, keep making it, keep producing it, put out more, do it different. You know, whatever's hot right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Olympics are in town. Let's do an Olympic line.
Yep.
Like just like shove, 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 shove. And it doesn't work.
I
It
mean, you
just
see
doesn't
that.
work.
You see that now. Like, I mean, and I'm going to use
Yeah.
just the hot example, but I mean, you've got Star Wars and Marvel stuff, like the
Yep.
MCU. Like, they oversaturate. You're saying they oversaturate the market, and they're just like, less is better. Like, we may say that we want something,
Yeah.
but we really don't. Like, I think Mutant Mayhem was very good, and I
Oh
think that
yeah.
they waited long enough, and they found people to make the movie and to star in the movie that had a passion for the source material and wanted to see this, become something well done.
again.
Yeah. And studios just need to they need to do that more often. Like, I would love to have another. Yes. I would love to have another Star Wars movie, sure. But give me one in 8 years or something. You know what I mean? Take time with things.
You said it there. I would like another Star Wars movie.
Mm-hmm.
Period. And so they're like, okay, anything Star Wars, crank it out.
Yeah.
What can we do? And the problem is it's not specific enough. So they don't go for anything specific. They're just like, anything Star Wars, we'll crank it out. Now, I feel like with Marvel, they reached a point where after, was it Endgame was the last one, right? The last Avengers, big one. That was the culmination of the whole cinematic universe.
Yeah.
It felt like at that point they were like, okay, we're going to back off for a while. And as far as the main characters are concerned, more or less they kind of did. And then they started shifting over to this ground level thing and trying to build up this ground level, smaller teams and whatnot.
Yeah.
It wasn't working the same. It was working. I feel like it was working. They were doing really good content for the most part, but it wasn't giving them Avengers numbers. And the problem is they were comparing what those street level things were doing then with what Avengers had just done. And it's like, you can't make that comparison. Compare it back to the first film, the Incredible Hulk film. Did it do as good as the Incredible Hulk film? I guarantee it did, because that Incredible Hulk film didn't do
yes, I see. Yes. Yeah.
So I feel like that's kind of it's where they're losing it. They're trying to compare to their last mountain, and you can't compare your valley to your mountain. It just doesn't work. But anyways, I digress. We've gone off on a bit of a tangent here.
But with that said,
yes,
as good as Mutant Mayhem was, they teased Shredder at the end of that.
Oh yeah.
And I am ready for another TMNT animated movie, because that
they did do the what is it, Chrome Alone, a little short they ran before the SpongeBob movie.
Oh really? I didn't see that.
Yeah. I think because SpongeBob movie is home now, we should be getting that on Paramount Plus soon, I would imagine. So we can check that out. My son went and saw it in theaters. I didn't see it because I didn't care to see the SpongeBob movie, but
right. Yeah.
That's 8 minutes that I'm excited to check out at some point.
Yeah.
But so that brings me to a question I got for you. Would you like to see, should they do another live action Ninja Turtles movie in this style? Not the CGI Michael Bay version, but this style.
Yeah. I forgot about that one. Yeah.
Those two.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. There was two of them, weren't there? Yeah.
Yeah. So you think they should go back and do this again? Or should it just stay animated?
I think it needs to stay animated now in the style of Mutant Mayhem. I think that fits more with it. I think if they did this now, I don't know if it would work as well.
What if they do live action, practical effects, practical suits, but they do the last Ronin movie?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's okay. Maybe that. Yeah, I might take that. Yeah, sure.
I do want to see them do a last Ronin, and if they do it live action, that'd be great. But if they do it animated, I'm okay with that too, as long as they make it a darker, adult oriented.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, if it's going to be a kid friendly one, it needs to be animated. It needs to be in that new style. That's it's not cell shaded, but the I don't know what you call that style. Yeah, that's what it needs to be. But yeah, if it's going to be a darker one, sure, you can do it like that. Now, that said, I have seen, I can't remember where I saw it. I've seen it a couple spots. They are making a video game for The Last Ronin that's supposed to be like mature rated or whatever. So
yeah,
that
keeps getting
could be
delayed
good.
though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would love a good Ninja Turtle game too, like a good modern Ninja Turtle game. I don't feel like we've gotten that in a while.
Oh, you haven't? There's now I can't think of the name of it.
Oh.
Shredder's Revenge, I think.
Well, yeah, but that was just like that was like the arcade style ones, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But it was a good game. It was a fun game.
I haven't played it. I haven't played
okay.
it. I got it for Ryan or for Bruce, and I haven't played it yet.
Yeah, it's fun.
Well,
it's fun.
I got it for me. He's been playing it.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, you can play as like Casey Jones and April and all that in there. It's pretty fun. But yeah, it is like it's a beat 'em up. It's like it's in the universe of the animated series, like the 90s animated series or whatever. So
that's cool.
But
all right, well, I think that's about all I've got on the subject.
I will say my final thought on it. I had said it was one of the worst movies I've ever seen. I still hold true to that.
But the mask.
I debated on this when I got home from work. I was in the shower and I was debating on this, knowing we were going to be talking about this tonight. And I was just going to be honest with you about what I felt with it. And I thought, if I had to watch The Mask or Turtles in Time,
3.
It's going to be Ninja Turtles 3. Yeah, I would watch that again every time over watching The Mask. So
that's how bad The Mask was.
The Mask still holds the crown of the worst one that we've
fair enough
for me. So, but this this is giving it a run for its money, I will say.
All right. Well, that's all I got too. Okay, one more little thought here.
Yeah.
So they get this scepter in modern times.
Mm-hmm.
And they figure out, after the April and the Prince swap, it's a time machine. So they're just like, oh yeah, time machine, let's just do that. And then, Donnie's like a scientific guy. No, let's test this, or,
well, he's trying to.
How did he figure out the whole 60 hours thing? That's what I want to know.
That I don't know. I mean, Donnie is like, he's got his computer graphics up, the model and everything of it. I feel like he's trying to figure out what's going on with it. But yeah, I don't know. Again, there's a thread that they don't wrap up. Like, how do they know this?
I feel like they don't explain it because they don't want to bother writing it. They're just like, time machine, people buy into it, whatever.
Yeah, sure. I believe that.
I would too. All right. Let's take us into the retro ramble from last week.
Yeah.
What do you say? Well, I left you off with a question. My question was, what's one show that the kids have today that you wish you had growing up? I will answer first.
Yep.
My kids really liked a few shows. Actually, there's like several shows that I would like to pick from this, and I'm going to give 2 honorable mentions real quick. Phineas and Ferb, fantastic kid show. And Teen Titans Go, that one was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
But The Amazing World of Gumball is fantastic. It's so much fun. Weird.
Okay. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And it's got this like animation style where they like mix like live action stuff and like pictures of things with like different animation styles. Like some things are like animated like traditionally, and some things are like 3D, some things are like computer animated.
Yeah,
the stories are always fun and entertaining, but they're family friendly, and I like that one. I think it's Amazing World of Gumball would have been great to have growing up.
I've never watched that, so I may have to. I've seen it, like I'm familiar with it, but I've never watched it. I would say so. This is like putting it back to if I was really little, like 6 or 7, right? Bluey. Bluey is, I enjoy watching Bluey now. Like Harper doesn't watch as much now. She's almost 10, so she didn't watch as much now.
So you're like, come on, let's watch the Bluey.
I know, but it's really good. And like even as an adult watching it, like there's things on that show that the adults do. Like there's one episode where the kids are playing and they like, dad's, I can't remember what they were playing, but like dad's whoever he's playing is like dead, or whatever. So he's just like laying on the ground in the driveway and just messing around on his phone. And they're like, hey, Dad, you got to get up and do this. He's like, nope, I'm dead. he's done, or whatever. And it's just like, as an adult, as a parent, you see that and you're like, oh, like these are parents that are making this show. And but yeah, I wish I had that when I was a kid, because it's really good. It's really good.
All right. I've not watched Bluey. I've seen like little like snippets here and there. I kind of understand it a little bit. Like Bluey's a little girl and family, and they're in Australia or whatever. But yeah, I've never watched it. I think my kids are too old for it.
Then they are now.
It's their time.
Yeah. But it's really good. It's really good.
Well, that's cool. All right. Well, that was our retro ramble. If you have a favorite show that is out now, a popular kids show from maybe the last few years that you wish you would have had growing up, let us know in the comments. We'll talk about it. With that, let's get over to the I don't know, you got any stale popcorn this week? Anything left over?
I don't have anything left over. No.
No.
I think it's been like the last several episodes that we've done, like I feel like we've been pretty like we've encompassed pretty much everything that we wanted to talk about. So yeah. We'll have some stale popcorn at some point, but not this week.
All right. Well, I got some gum under the seat left over still. I'm going to read off a few of these. While I'm doing that, why don't you scour our comments and see if we need to address anything here in the live chat.
Yeah. So we do have a couple here. Marimbanator 9065. I know who that is. He's been on this show before. He said, "Oh yes, the van with pizzas. I remember playing with that." He was talking about. I'm sure it's my pizza van that he was playing with. But and then we were talking about still talking about Turtles 2. I think here he said, "I actually remember watching this in high school or early college." And we were talking about T3 here, TMNT 3, and just remembered it being sort of cringe. Unlike the first one, The Secret of the Ooze, that's another story. And then the other comment he had on here was there's a spot in the second one, so Secret of the Ooze, where the turtles fight. He said Bebop and Rocksteady. I know what you mean. In front of the band. One band member had the same cheap kids keyboard we had growing up. I didn't know that. That's really funny. Really funny.
Vanilla Ice,
Yeah.
What was their names again? I keep forgetting them. It's like right there on the tip of my tongue. The Bebop and Rocksteady surrogates that they used. And
I can't remember.
Razar, Toka, and Razar.
Toka and Razar. Yep.
Yeah. Which are now canon. Like they made them into full-fledged characters in the comics.
Yeah.
After the fact.
Those are the villain action figures I had. I had those. I remember that.
Yes, I remember having the Razor.
Yep.
Yeah. Or was it Toka? The turtle. I remember having the turtle.
Yeah. Then that was
turtle. Yeah.
I had maybe we each had one, because I remember having the other one. The hairy
we may
one.
have very well both had them.
Yeah, well, that's true.
That was a two separate household situation. But so all right, we got a couple comments left over on the Instagram side that we'll address here. Instagram comments when we were talking about Joe versus Mac, or Joe and Mac, the SNES game that we love to play. Labzy, Labzyyy, who has watched us on Instagram Live, he says this is the most underrated game and it needs a remake. Now I can't shout it because my voice isn't here, but it's all caps, so you gotta imagine I'm shouting it. This is the most underrated and needs a remake.
Yeah,
I would agree. The Joe Mac game was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I would like to see a modern take on it, maybe. Platformers nowadays are a little. Well, I guess you get the 3D. Like 3D Mario. That one worked pretty well as a platform in 3D space.
I don't know though. I think this one, like you would also. I could almost see them doing like a Metroid, like a side-scrolling Metroidvania with it,
or like a mobile game maybe.
Oh
like just have like two sides. You just tap for different things, maybe.
Yeah.
Like one tap jumps and one tap like fires, and you just constantly scrolling. Was it a side scroller or whatever?
Yeah,
I can do that. All right, another one on replaying Zelda and save game systems back in the day. Sorry, I didn't get who wrote this one down. I just realized that now. Somebody says, they know who they are. Now you have to sign in. Now you have to sign into the company of the console to keep your memory, and if you don't play it for a certain amount of time, you have to sign back in and get an update. Like, why? Well, I would agree. Yes. It's very annoying whenever you have to just like constantly like do updates on I feel like every time I go to play a modern game, I've got to update the game and the game system. And sometimes my TV needs an update. I'm tired of updates.
I guess that I'm just like I've got my PS5 set to just like it's in standby mode all the time and it just automatically updates everything. Like, you know, when I'm at work or sleeping.
Say the PS5 much better about than the Xbox for sure.
Yeah. Oh, the Xbox too. You can set the Xbox to do that, but it's still like you turn it on. It's like, oh, hey, there's an update.
Yeah.
I thought you were supposed to do this like while I was at work today.
Yes. And the updates are always massive, like 20, 30, maybe 100 gigs. I'm like, this is insane.
Yeah.
I remember that's the problem I have with the PlayStation. Yes, updates happen in the background. I'm not really affected by them whenever I go to boot up, but whenever I want to play a game for the first time, even if I have the disc, I've got to download like 50 to 100 gigs of data. It's like, why isn't this on the disc? What is going on here? Which is really annoying. But
well, a lot of the discs now are
just keys.
Yeah, they're just keys that they. I mean, I think that's the Switch 2's that way now. I think all the game cards are just keys.
Yeah, I don't like that.
No, I don't either.
Please.
Yeah, if I'm buying a physical copy of it, I want the physical copy. Like I want it on that disc or on that game cart or something. Like I'm not buying. If I'm gonna buy a game key, I'm just gonna buy the digital version of it.
Right. Like there's been a couple of them where I've been in the store and I've looked at the box and it's like, this is just a game key. You still have to download the game, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm just going to buy the digital. What's the point in buying this?
Yeah.
Because I like having the physical. So in 10 years, whenever Nintendo decides to shut down their servers, I can still play the game.
Yeah.
Well, that's not the case if it's a key.
So. I mean, I get it in certain, like, I get it from a standpoint of not so much with the Switch games, because Nintendo is always kind of like a generation behind with stuff. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but there are games that are really big. Like they're making them really big now, and they probably aren't able to fit a lot of that onto the disc. So I get that, but like if you're going to do that, just don't offer me the physical version.
Right. Or, you know, like if there's things that need to be downloaded, fine. But do I need to download all the stuff for the campaign mode and the multiplayer mode and like all these different, you know, modes and levels if I'm not going to actually... Can I just like have like just the campaign mode stuff? Don't bother with the online stuff. I'm okay with it. But I know that's like their bread and butter, so whatever. We got some more comments, but I'm going to save some of those for later. And we'll go address those as we continue on down the road here. I do see one more comment in the YouTube side of things. It says, Kid Crash Out. Crash Out with a K, so it threw me for a second. Kid Crash Out asks, what's y'all's opinions on the big King Von versus Tom Brady situation? I'm not familiar with that. Are you familiar with that?
I'm not familiar with it.
I will say Tom Brady, he can stop commentating football and I'd be happy. That goes for any former quarterback, you know, be it Troy Aikman or Tony Romo or, you know, Tom Brady. They don't need to commentate football. It's fine. That's not their job. It's not their skill set. And it's very clear. Why don't any of these guys go into coaching? I don't understand that. I feel like they would be very effective. Well, maybe they just can't teach. Like some people just can't translate to showing other people how to produce skills. So maybe that's what it is. This is the best thing that they got.
Some of these guys, though, like, I mean, say what you want about Phillip Rivers, like whatever. He's kind of loud. He's loud. But like he's teaching, or he's coaching his son's high school football team.
Oh yeah,
Like, that's great. That's great. You've got all the money you need.
give back to the
Like,
community.
and how awesome would that be to, like, you know, your coach played in the NFL, like played in some playoff games, you know, is going to be, you know, in the Hall of Fame at some point. Like, that's awesome.
I gotta imagine for him though, it's a bit of a nightmare with all the parents that are like, "Ooh, you're really cool," you know, like I want to come say hi or whatever.
Yeah.
Or even worse, like your game's going poorly and they're like heckling you from the sides. Like, that's gotta be rough.
You couldn't get to the Super Bowl and you can't win this game.
How are you gonna take our boys to state if you can't even get to the playoffs? Okay, maybe there's that, but yeah, like get back to the community, or you know, fine, you don't want to get back to the community, be like all these other guys, go buy a bunch of like car dealerships or construction companies or whatever. But no, stay off the air. I don't need them commentating games. I get it. The theory is they have experience so they can talk to it, but the problem is they can't talk to it. They can't talk to it.
No.
All right, what do you got for us next week?
Okay, next week. Kind of a fun little question here. All right, so I'm still doing time travel, right? You've got a time machine, okay? You got the DeLorean, right? You're full speed. You're hitting 88 miles an hour. Mm-hmm. You got one trip. Where in time are you going?
One trip and I'm stuck there, or one trip and I get to come back?
One trip and back.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
This is before Mr. Fusion. You only got enough plutonium for two, you know, for a trip there. Round trip. Yep. Yep.
Fair enough.
Where are you going?
Back or forward and back. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. You go anywhere.
That's true. All right.
Anyway.
I like that one.
That's that. Next week, we are going to be discussing our top 5, wasn't it? Top 5. That guys. So, you know, you're watching a movie or you're watching TV or something and you're like, oh, I've seen that guy in something before.
A lot of stuff.
I see him in a lot of stuff. Who is that guy? But he doesn't have a big name. He's not, you know, Matthew McConaughey or something. You know, who is this guy? I don't know who he is.
But he works. He does a lot.
He works. He does a lot.
Or she.
Or she could be who's that gal? Yeah, that gal episode. So we're gonna kind of dig deep into that, as deep as a top 5 list will go. And I think we're gonna have some fun discussing that. So stick with us then. That's next week. Until then, be kind, rewind. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us on our 2-year anniversary.
Yes.
So great. Many more to come. And we appreciate each and every one of you. We'll see you next week.
See you next week. Help, I'm a turtle and I can't get up. All right. That
guy. Yeah, I saw that comment and I'm like, I don't know what he means, so I didn't say it.
But I was just like, we don't know. That's fine. We'll
that's true. That's true. Yeah, that's true.
I don't want to ignore anybody.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Next week we got the That Guy actors, and then we got your Chronicle, and then we're gonna have Mario for Mario Day. Street Fighter,
Mario.
Masters. Yeah.
I wish I could control everybody like I control you. Sheldon Cooper. Watch that episode launched.
All right, so that brings us up to 10. Yeah, because we're going to do... I got recasting right now, but I might change that. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking of maybe doing Lord of the Rings.
Oh, yes.
Before the summer.
Yep.
Would you want to do all 3 of them back to back? And
if we really want to like dive into,
I was gonna say, do we go extended cut?
The extended cuts,
the 4-hour ones.
Yeah,
I think we got to go back to back when we do them though. Like it's got.
I think so. Yeah. That's gonna be a commitment, which is fine.
Yeah.
But
I thought I'd throw it out there. If it's if
Yeah.
it feels like things are maybe there's a little bit too much going on right about now, we can push it off. But I figured
No, I
I'd
want to
get it
do
in
them
for the summer.
Yeah.
But
I
I know
watch
they're
those for a while.
big movies, especially if you end up doing. But I guess you don't have to do the extended cut. I wish whenever you're watching the extended cut, they'd put like a little like green bar, just a line of green on the bottom or something, so this scene wasn't from the original.
It wasn't in the original. See, that's the thing. Like, I don't feel like you can watch Lord of the Rings now without watching the extended cut. I can't. It's got to be because
I've never watched the extended cut. No.
Oh my gosh.
I'll tell you one better. I have the extended cut. I've never watched them.
Oh my gosh.
Because I've only watched like the originals. I've only ever seen them like whenever they were in theaters, and then once after I got the DVDs. Never really watched them again. So that'd be interesting to go back and watch them again.
Worthless. I can't believe it.
I enjoyed them. I just I've never been in company that wants to watch them. So they just kind of like sit on a shelf. And then the extended ones are such a commitment. I'm like,
yeah, they are.
I don't have 4 hours right now to watch a movie.
Yeah.
By myself. Raising kids.
Yeah.
But all right, so maybe like March or April we could do that.
Yeah, probably all
see
right.
where we're at. Oh, I guess it'd be April because we got March with Mario and all that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I thought I'd throw that out there. Let's think about that.
Sounds good.
I'm going to end our live stream. Thanks for hanging out with us, folks.
Yep. Appreciate you.
See y'all next week.